tough times may get, we always bounce back because we're all in this together. We rise.
And one of them must have given it.
Who got the fever? It's lower that. It's not. Herpes is big and that's a little razor cut.
It's just a little razor thing.
That's our story. We're sticking to it.
All right. Hey, we got a busy couch this morning. A lot of action. Check it out.
Woo!
We've got Richie Sambora, big stud, Micky Dolenz from the Monkees, and Fran Drescher. Fran, is this the first time you've been in the company of these two gentlemen?
Yes,
at the same time?
I have to say, and I like this casting couch.
Yeah. First time.
No
I'm kind of liking it.
The whole time I was putting on my makeup, this hour of the day, I was thinking, oh, God, there ought to be a law. But now I'm not complaining. It's all good.
Richie, you've been working out or something, bro. You're looking fit, jacked, buff. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. You know, by the way, I think the best-looking man in the world is that Dos Equis guy.
Yes.
Stay thirsty, my friend.
Oh.
I think he's the best looking.
The most interesting man in the world. I love him.
We're all jealous of him. Every man alive.
Every man.
You know what his name? I read an article in that guy in the New Yorker magazine. His name is like Marty Ishkowitz.
No, I don't want to know.
It's true.
That's right.
He's like Marty Birnbaum, and he lives like on the Upper West Side of New York. He's laughing all the way to the bank.
Another great
There's
moment.
like a trailer of girls like following him down the street, too, down Fifth Avenue, you know.
Oh, he's so good.
Exactly.
When Richie came in to say hey to us before we started, he's like, hey, Billy, how are you? All rock and roll tough. We were putting on hand lotion.
Oh, yeah, right here. Sorry, I had to shake your
I
hand.
had to moisturize.
Did you explain to him what it was? And Micky D, what's up, my man? How you doing? The Monkees.
I like the hat.
Yeah,
Not trying to wake up.
we got some pictures of you in a
I didn't know
Speedo.
this hour existed in the morning. I thought they outlawed this in the 60s, I thought.
I'm sorry, it's
My
very...
watch doesn't even go here.
I love it. We've got photos of you on your family vacation in a Speedo, too. We'll bring those back later. Since we do this to all of our guests now. Back to The Voice. The big news, Kit, is that kid the best-looking man in the world. He's 22-year-old Louisiana native Des Duran. He's
got a cool
handsome,
name.
He's smart. He's got that white T-shirt, hugging the pecs. Rob, tell me if I'm going too fast for you. Anyway, he went to Yale, and he played football, but he dropped out. He went to Yale?
He went to Yale.
Played football?
And looks like that and is artistic and can sing.
Dropped out of Yale in order to pursue the dream. He auditioned for the show last year, but no coaches turned
He
their
wasn't
chairs.
ready?
Well, if they'd seen how good-looking he was, right?
All right, that's last year. All right, but last night, Billy, he had to fight them off. And by them, I think I kind of mean Blake Shelton.
I saw that nobody turned around.
When I feel I can't go on, you coming home.
The training wheels off.
5.5.
Len Goodman, 5.5. Bruno Tognoli, 6.
I just need to learn how to be a better dancer. We're going to work our butts off next week. We have to stay on. We got
Yes.
How about that double split that way and then that way?
Yeah. Richie, have you ever dated Pam? Or...
No, I can't say I have.
No? All right, just...
I think at the time, maybe I was prime meat at that point. I was probably married.
Yeah, right. Mickey?
Missed the window.
Mickey, by any chance, have you?
What?
Have you ever dated Pam Anderson?
Have I ever what?
Have you dated Pam Anderson?
She's nothing.
No.
I
Fran?
had her, she's nothing. No.
Not
No, I
Fran.
met her a couple times, but no.
No. There's just something about her, though.
Just
She's the
sexy.
bottom of the leaderboard. That means the competition's pretty good out
It
there.
is, it
That wasn't
is.
so terrible.
All stars.
All right, today's Are You Kidding Me? Here we go. Telling you, sleep at the wheel. Anyway, we showed you this controversial photo a little while ago. We, yesterday, were absolutely sure that this was
Positive.
a photograph of Andre Braugher in a Speedo jumping in a pool. Years ago, just an old photograph. Well, yesterday, Andre was a guest, and we surprised him with it. Here was his reaction.
The Speedo!
Whoa, look at that. That's off to
little
them.
girl. Well done. All right, well, someone who's battled cancer and won, Fran Drescher. She's 12 years cancer-free. Love saying that. And she's trashing the disease and wants you to join her. She's going to tell us how.
We love our friend, and then we're rocking and rolling with the great Richie Sambora. Got to talk to him about his love, his life. He's pouring it all into his music. This man is bearing his soul, and he's here to do it with us. A special acoustic track off his new album, True Treat for us.
All right, Billy and Monkees legend Micky Dolenz makes his live
Micky has to say about the so-called idol feud that people are so desperate,
They want it.
to build up, and why Keith Urban better hold on tight. It's all next.
It's here.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Cancer.org.
Up next, Micky Dolenz shares untold stories about the late Davy Jones. That's coming up next. So the Hotel 2 Wing is coming out Thursday.
Director.
I am beginning to love my skin.
Hey, it's the Monkees performing a special outdoor concert for Access Hollywood. That was back in 1997.
Sadly, original member Davy Jones passed away this February, but the 3 remaining members plan to tour later on this year. Drummer and lead vocalist Micky Dolenz also has released a new solo disc called Remember. Welcome, and there's some Monkey songs on here, just some songs that you love personally, it means something to you. A few originals I know are in there. But we mentioned Davy there at the top, who passed away, and he was in a heart attack. The guy was like the picture of health.
I know.
And it stunned you, I know, but have you reconciled what went on?
Well, you never do. You never totally overcome something like that. He was like my brother. I mean, I've been around with him for 45 years. It's like a sibling. That's how I describe it. And so you never totally get over it. It's still a bit of a shock. We're in rehearsals now, and it's kind of weird just not having him, not having that dynamic around. But, you know, life does go on. We're doing this tour, and there's going to be some wonderful special moments, some surprises. I can't tell you, or I'd have to kill you. And it's going to be wonderful, you know, the new tour that we're coming up with.
One surprise, Mike Naismith coming back.
Yeah, well, that was part of it. We got together at a memorial for David a few months ago. And it all started with saying we should do a memorial concert. But then it was, where do we do it? Do we do it in L.A., because he had friends and family there? Do we do it in New York? Do we do it in England? And so, you know, the ball started rolling. Mike said he would love to be involved, and it turned into it's a small tour. It's a 12-city a tour of the United States.
What kept him away for so long? Because
Mike just didn't perform with anybody, by himself or with us. Actually, that's not true. He came on stage with us a couple times in '86, and then in '97 we toured England. Just before that clip, we were touring with Mike all over the UK on a '97 tour. But he just wasn't, and never has been, somebody that's just out there all the time as a performer. He writes songs, he records, he has other businesses. But
he
you know,
didn't have bad blood with anybody in the group, or was there difficulties in relationships?
No, it's a typical kind of, you know, situation. You know, you have 4 guys that are all going 4 different ways. Sometimes I wasn't able to tour. I've been doing a lot of Broadway and a lot of West End musicals, and a couple of times they asked me if I wanted to go out, and I couldn't because I was on stage on Broadway.
You know, we talk about touring there. 1967, a weird pairing here, an odd pairing. Jimi Hendrix opens for you guys for 7 dates. Now, why only 7? Why did he quit after that? Was it for obvious reasons?
For the dirt? Yeah, Billy.
Let's hear. What happened?
There's no dirt. It's always tough for an opening act to open for a big act if you're an unknown. Do you remember the story of Axl Rose getting, you know, booed off the stage at the Stones concert? And I remember at the Whiskey seeing the Doors get booed off the stage in front of Johnny Rivers. I mean, so it's not uncommon. The kids are there to see the opening act. I mean, the main act. It doesn't matter.
And the guitar riffs were not just too different, right? I mean,
it was very different. I'm the one that suggested he come on the tour. I saw him at the Monterey Pop Festival, and I thought he's very theatrical, the act. And the Monkees was a theatrical act, so I thought it would be a good pairing. And it was. We had a great time together. I got great photos of us backstage and hanging out, and his music, of course, was just stellar. But the kids are there, all those little 10 and 12-year-old kids who'd never heard of Jimi Hendrix. It was a little embarrassing. He'd be going, "Foxy lady, we want Davy, we want the monk, police coming, Micky.
Years later.
embarrassing, but we had a great time. He broke the record on the tour, and then he's, said he wants to get off the tour. He broke his record on the tour and started headlining. And we had the Fifth Dimension open for us. We had Ike and Tina Turner open for us.
It turned out well for him.
Yeah, he did
the
all right.
solo disc Remember is in stores today, and ticket and tour dates for Evening with the Monkees. 12-city concert reunion tour is at monkees.com.
Straight ahead, Richie Sambora's back to perform. You're watching Access Hollywood Live.
First, Mickey, 1968, Jack Nicholson writes the movie Head, right, for the Monkees to star in. Great photograph here of you guys. There's Jack in the back.
Just his smirk right there.
What?
So good.
Look at you, Mickey, and Nicholson.
I'm so young!
I loved your hair. You're my
By the
favorite.
way, I know that guy, that best-looking guy in the whole world. I knew him before the Botox and the work, and he looked like the Geico lizard. I knew that guy.
What do you remember about Jack?
Well, he was wonderful and still is. Very charismatic, a wonderful guy, great fun guy. He was hanging out with us for months, gathering information and meeting us and learning about us, and we all contributed an awful lot to that movie. It's a crazy movie, and there's a wonderful
To run with
movie.
Jack, and to run with Mickey and Jack.
Mickey.
Great. All right, keep it here. A special acoustic performance. Richie Sambora's warming up, and that's next. Thank you, Mickey.
The tour will be fun.
Mornings aren't always perfect.
I'm late.